everyone, welcome back to the pig room, or welcome to the pig room if you are new here. I honestly did not expect this video to even happen anytime soon, but it is. As you guys can probably tell by the title of today's video, we are on a rescue mission. Now, as some of you may or may not know, I love to browse the internet when it comes to seeing what guinea pigs are up for adoption. That means Craigslist, Guinea Pig Finder, any types of websites or platforms where people are rehoming their guinea pigs. The main reason for wanting to do this and why I do it so much is because I'm curious to know what kind of situation pigs are living in. Now, I've always said to myself that if there was a case where I felt like a pig was in dire need of some saving and rescuing, I would do anything and everything that I possibly could to make it happen, to give that pig a chance at life. Today is one of those cases, unfortunately. I first actually came across this listing through one of my friends on Instagram named Rachel, and she had posted this listing from Craigslist on her story, and I inquired about this listing to her and asked if it was in New York, which is a state above me, and she did say it was, and come to find out the location that these pigs were at was a 2-hour drive for me. Now, that is a decent amount of driving when it comes to rescuing an animal, but given the severity of this situation, honestly 2 hours means nothing to me. So I am going to be saving 2 guinea pigs today. I think it would be better for you guys to see just how badly taken care of, I can't even say taken care of because it's not happening whatsoever, but just how bad of a situation that they're in currently. As you guys can see here, we've got some guinea pigs living in what looks like a rat cage. Now, if you guys know or don't know, guinea pigs are not climbers. Guinea pigs are not a species that likes to climb on different kinds of levels and ladders and ramps. They are not those types of animals. They are literally a potato on some little legs, and to have them climb up these levels and worse, work for their food, which is at the top levels, it also runs the risk of injury with falling off the levels because they are just so tiny. Really, the only thing that I know about these pigs is that they are 1.5 years old and 2 years old. I don't know how long they've had them for, but I definitely think they've been in this cage for a decent amount of time, probably months on end. Now, one of the main things that really just shook me to the core was not just that they were in a rat cage, but the fact that they were living on wire flooring. There wasn't a space within the cage anywhere throughout the cage where they could just be on a solid surface. This is really concerning to me because guinea pigs are really prone to bumblefoot, which, if you guys don't know, it can be a huge cause from living on wire flooring, but it causes a bunch of inflammation, redness, soreness, scars, scrapes, sores, all kinds of things that can actually end up killing a guinea pig, unfortunately. There's a bunch of stages actually to bumblefoot, which I'll actually pop up right here so you guys can see, and they kind of classify them, but the worst, I believe, is stage 5, and this is when death is going to happen and approaching, because with having these scrapes and burns and cuts on the bottom of their feet, a lot of bacteria can get inside of there, affecting their bones, affecting their body, and as a result, dying from this. Now, I really am at the point in my life where I feel like owning animals is something that you need to be doing your research on. No matter if you're buying a fish, a hamster, a guinea pig, a dog, a cat, a whale, an elephant, a giraffe, a zebra, whatever the case may be, you need to be doing your research on these animals before you go out and purchase them. It's as simple as that. You should be aware of the proper diet, the proper care, the proper cage requirements, toys, treats, every possible thing that you can use to take care of this animal properly. You need to know this. It's not fair to this animal that you go to the pet store or wherever you may go and you impulse buy this animal with knowing absolutely nothing about them and giving them a life that is not the right one. This is really, really stressful to me, especially in this situation, because clearly we have a situation where this person is not knowledgeable about guinea pigs and is neglectful of how to properly take care of them, and as a result these animals need to suffer, and that is just so heartbreaking to me because these animals are so helpless, and it really is up to the owner to decide what quality of life they will have. We are in a day and age now where there is so much knowledge out there when it comes to all kinds of things, especially guinea pig care. This community is so big, there is so much content, there are so many amazing channels for everyone to go check out and to learn, and to think that this person doesn't want to jump online and really inform themselves of what care these pigs should be in, it makes me mad, it makes me angry, and I am so incredibly sorry that these pigs have had to suffer for the time that they've been with these owners. Now, that brings me to my next point, because I was on Instagram Live a couple days ago and someone had asked me if I was going to let the owner know that the care that they were given for the last couple months or when they were in their possession was really, really bad. Now, I'm a huge advocate in spreading knowledge where I can. I've done it multiple times at pet stores when I see someone buying an incorrect item for a guinea pig or any type of other small animals, because I think that is my duty to step up to make sure that all pigs are taken care of. Now, I do know I can't save everyone. I do know sometimes I can't overstep my boundaries when it comes to butting into conversations, but when I feel there is some room for me to do so, I definitely will. Now, if I feel the owner is open and willing to talk and to have a conversation, I will definitely let them know that, like, this is not the care that they're supposed to be in. This is what they're supposed to be getting. If they are not and they're closed-minded and it's just a kind of handoff situation that's quick and easy, I obviously won't be spreading my knowledge, because it is a touchy subject when you're critiquing someone on their pet care, and I just really don't want to overstep my boundaries. It doesn't really matter at this point because they're going to be in my possession. They're going to be out of that shitty situation and then coming to me. And then while on my live, I actually had someone reach out to me who lives about an hour and a half away from me in the same state, and she's actually interested in adopting these boys. So they actually already have a set home, which I'm really excited for. I am not going to be keeping these boys, unfortunately, but we're going to be keeping them for about a week to 2 weeks, just because I really want to monitor them. I want to give you guys some content and updates on them. We are going to be doing full health inspections. We're going to be taking them to the vet. We are going to do a lot of things with them just to make sure they're in really good care. I have absolutely no idea what kind of condition I'm going to receive them in. I did get those photos from the owner, but I really can't tell because they're just really bad quality, and I can't see in detail what their feet look like, what their hair looks like, what their stacks look like. I can't see anything, so we're really going to be able to tell once they're in my possession. Here is their cage. They are going to be living in a 2x4 CNC cage. Now, these grids are actually 14 inches long, so it's a little bit bigger than a 2x4 if we're using these grids right here, which are 12 inches. So they do have a little bit more space than like a 2 foot by 4 foot, which is really nice. I decided to just make it in this little corner right here. As you guys could have seen in my last video, I did move this cage from here, and this is actually going to provide me with a lot more room here. I moved the medical table over there and then the hay over there. So the setup is a little funky right now, but this is temporary, so I don't mind so much, and I'm also sure that the piggies won't mind. I think anything better than the current situation that they're living in is going to be better. As you can probably tell, they have a lot more room than what they're currently living in. I had some extra sheets of chloroplast that I decided to put underneath there, so in case the pee actually does end up soaking through my liner, it'll just go right here and not get onto the carpet. Then I have my liner right here. I decided on giving them the elephant fleece because this is the most thick and plush, so it's really going to feel good on their feet if they are sore or do have bumblefoot. Then we have their little kitchen area over here with the bath mat from Target, with their litter box, which I have to fill with hay when I get them, their new water bottle from Petco, their food dish, which I got to fill up as well. I got some toys. This is the Oxbow Timbel. This is a willow chew from All Living Things. This is a kind of hay connector piece thing. I actually use this in my giveaway from All Living Things as well. This is a All Living Things Timothy hay hut. We've got a little wood chew right there, which I actually had for my other pigs, but no one uses it, so I figured that I might give it to them because they might like it. Then we have their little sleeping area over here with the 2 hides. I disinfected everything, you guys. Everything is completely fresh and new, so there's no sense of any other pigs on here, which is really good. But I decided to give them these 2 houses, which I had. This one I bought myself a while ago, and this one is the one that I got from when I adopted Caroline. And then we have 2 smaller pee pads underneath there just to make it a little bit more cozy. And then to make it extra cozy, I just decided to put a towel over top of it just to make it a little bit more safe and cozy for them. I do know that when they probably get here, they're going to be a little bit timid and scared, and they're going to be very confused given the setup and how it's so different from the one that they're currently living in. Who knows, maybe they will be out of their shell right off the bat and just really happy that they're living in this now. But she did tell me that one of them's super skittish and then the other one is a little bit more friendly, but as soon as you pick them up and they're in your arms, they're really, really friendly, which is kind of the case for all pigs usually. I also just wanted to quickly mention to you guys that when it comes to rescuing animals, the thought is really nice. I think it's really nice to take a really bad situation that an animal is living in and bring them into a better one. But it's really important to note that with rescuing animals, this is actually my first rescue where I'm not keeping the animals. But nonetheless, when it comes to rescuing animals, you got to make sure that you're taking into account the expenses of what it may cost to keep this animal and make sure that it's going to be healthy. I think with any animal that you are rescuing that comes from a really bad situation, it is definitely necessary to take them to the vet and to get them checked out. I'm gonna let them settle for a few days before I actually take them to the vet, and I actually can't take them to the vet yet because I have to make an appointment a week in advance. Tomorrow I'm going to call them and schedule a visit just to get them all checked out and give a thorough look through just to see if there's any health concerns or problems that I can't see with my naked eye. If you are interested in rescuing an animal but don't have plans in the long term of keeping the animal, please know that there may be a case where you have to end up keeping this animal for a few months until you find a proper home. But I am just going to prepare their little carriers and get that that ready. I'm not sure how I'm going to receive them. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, I am actually going to be getting the cage that they were housed in. I could have easily said no in taking it, but she's actually giving it away for free. She's actually giving me everything for free. So I decided on actually taking the cage. I'm not sure how it's gonna come, if it's already gonna be built or if it's not gonna be built, but I wanted to take it to show you guys just how bad of a cage it was and why it's not a suitable cage for guinea pigs. And I definitely will not be using that cage for anything else other than educational purposes. So we've got a long day ahead of us, but I am really excited, and I'm sure these pigs are anticipating some rescuing, and that is exactly what I am here for. I am going to go set up their carriers, and then we'll be on our way to go get them. I'm really excited. I'm really anxious and nervous. I think it's going to be an anxiety-filled day. I'm not sure how things are gonna go, but I'm really anticipating this rescuing. I feel like I'm actually on a mission right now because of the situation, how bad it is. And I just wanna also mention that I am very excited for this video, even though it may be very sad. And I don't know, it'll be an interesting experience, but I'm really excited for this video because it's going to be a really great source of knowledge for you guys and anyone out there that's just coming across my channel for the first time, because it's gonna let them know what kind of care a guinea pig should not be in and also the kind of care a guinea pig should be in. I think this is a really good learning experience for us to see just how badly of situations a guinea pig can be in because of owners' neglect and abuse, and taking them into a good one and kind of seeing how things change within their personalities and also their health, and to realize that just because they're small animals doesn't mean they deserve a really small life. They are full of personality, they have their own characteristics, and they're a really great animal to have. They're super social and they really can form a bond with you, but if you're not providing them with the right care, that relationship can deteriorate very quickly. And it's just really sad to know that someone has lost interest in these animals, because they are one of the most joyful animals ever that I've ever owned in my entire life. And it's just really crazy to have all these little boogers in my room and just see their personalities and just to see how everyone is their own little individual person. And it just, I can never imagine years giving up my pigs. That would break my heart. So let's go get these boogers. Let's go give them a good life. Let's show them the pig room. Let's show them some new friends as well. Let's go. Are we ready? I got their carriers packed, both of them, with some fleece on the inside and then some hay. I also have their water bottle filled up halfway because it is a 2-hour drive, so I'm sure they will get thirsty. So I'll see if they take to it and I can just hold it up to them and they can drink some water if they choose to. I'm actually gonna go drop off 2 packages from Etsy right now at the post office, and then we will be on our way to go get the piggies. I'm gonna get a playlist set up because I got a long drive and I need some good music to get me through this. But I'm gonna take the turnpike, so maybe I will get there a little bit faster than I expect. But I checked on my GPS and it says 1 hour and 45. And I don't think that's with traffic, but let's see. All right, let's go and get the piggies. I wanted to mention to you guys that I had actually kind of played with the owner a little bit in regards to my own knowledge when it came to guinea pigs, and I was kind of inquiring about the guinea pigs' diet, what they've been given in the past and what they're getting now. And from the photos I could tell that obviously they were not getting the right diet in regards to pellets, because it seemed like they were the ones that you would buy from Walmart and they have like the little artificial like colorful pieces inside of it. And then in like the corner, like the slim corner of one photo, I could see like a little bit of hay in a hay rack. I decided that I wanted to just ask her and be like, hey, like what's their diet like? What do they get? And she told me that they just get pellets, and that I would be getting that bag. And I was like, okay, do they get hay and veggies? She said all of that's inside of the pellets. So this owner is under the impression that they don't need hay because the pellets are Timothy-based pellets, which is true for the most part when it comes to guinea pig pellets, but it's not enough Timothy hay for them to have an appropriate diet. So along with pellets, they need hay. Plus, guinea pigs should not be consuming mass amounts of pellets, how these guinea pigs are, because it's really detrimental to their health. And there's not a lot of substantial ingredients within those pellets that's really going to help them to have a healthy diet, and that's also going to make their body function really well. After hearing that, I was really curious, because the fact that she thinks that there's veggies and hay inside the pellets It's a little strange. Maybe the bag is saying that those are veggies or they're made with the veggies, but clearly, you know, they need fresh veggies every single day, and little dried, pelleted, artificial pieces is not enough to provide a proper diet for them. So it really is just so upsetting to know that they haven't been getting veggies for their entire life. And obviously I'm going to slowly introduce them to veggies. I'm not going to give them a bunch right off the bat because I don't want to really shock their system. But just to know that they've never like had a bite of lettuce or carrot or cucumber is like, that's insanity. That's crazy. So I am at the meeting location. We are meeting at a Walmart. I went in there because I had to get a few things. It is massive. It is like a shopping mall in there, but I just wanted to pick them up a green pepper. I actually washed it with some of my water outside just so they have something to munch on that's also like has a lot of water in it so that they can be hydrated. I do have their water bottle, but this would just be easier for them to snack on, but maybe they won't even take this. I don't even know. They've never had veggies, so I guess we're gonna find out. Is that them? I don't know. Like anticipating every single car to be this person. I don't know if it's a girl, boy, whatever. They said they were running a little bit late. They should be here in like 3 minutes. So I'm gonna shut off the camera and then we'll get the pig. Alrighty guys, sorry for this weird glare. I don't know where this is coming from. Pigs are in our possession. I just got done meeting with the owner. It was a husband and wife. They were actually very sweet, surprisingly. I just expected someone who was just arrogant for some reason. Just seeing, and that's just me being judgy based off their care, but they were actually very sweet people. I'm actually gonna roll on this window because it's very hot in here. They had a kind heart. Obviously they were trying to do as much as they possibly knew how to take care of these animals. As you can see behind me, they gave me the cage and everything. She was talking to me about the levels and stuff and how they like the levels. Looking at them, I'm not gonna show you guys until I'm home. Looking at them, they seem okay. The husband did say that she gave them a bath and it seems like she just did it like a couple hours ago because they're still a little bit damp. So I don't know, I might give them a bath like next week or something just with the medicated shampoo just to make sure they're like totally fine. But right off the bat, they're huge. They're definitely skittish. They are scared. They're just sitting in their carriers, just very like this. I got the pepper from Walmart and I'm just going to put it into their little carriers because I feel like they want to have something to munch on, and they've also never had pepper. So I'm just gonna break this up outside of the car right now since I don't have a knife. All right, so that's what we did. We got these pieces. They also gave me a really big bag, like a trash bag of hay, which is from a farm. I'm gonna check that out. And then they gave me all their supplies in like a big tote along with a huge thing of Carefresh bedding. So you want to take it? I'm not sure if they're gonna take the veggies, guys, just because, again, it's so new to them. I think they're just very unsure about how to, or what to do with it. And also, first glance at their food, like their dry food, it made me sick. Like just seeing that in person and just knowing that they like ingested that into their body and that's what they were basically feeding on their entire lives is so disheartening. Nonetheless, we're focusing on the now. They're in my possession. They're gonna be taken really great care of, and I'm really excited for them to just open up a little bit more, understand what it's really like to be a really happy guinea pig, and just also be a part of my family for a little bit until they get adopted by the new person. I'm just going to head home. Should take me about an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes to get home, so I got quite the drive. I will show you guys when I get home. We'll put them into their cage and we'll go from there. All right, boys, you ready? You guys are so scared, aren't you? Alrighty, guys. So I am finally back home after a very long day. I am exhausted. 4 hours in the car of commuting. I'm just glad to be home. I'm glad to have the piggies here. So what we're gonna do right now is just get them out of their carriers, take a look at them. I'm gonna show you guys what they look like and stuff. I actually have gotten the names mixed up. I don't know who's Hershey and who's S'mores, so sorry about that, but I guess it doesn't matter because we're changing the names. I'm gonna give them a quick health inspection just to make sure that everything is okay. There's no like, the main thing I'm looking out for is like bumblefoot, so I just wanna make sure there's nothing going on with their feet. And then they did get a bath like I mentioned before, so they are like a little bit damp. I'm not sure if she blow dried them or towel dried them, but nonetheless they will be getting a medicated bath with the antifungal shampoo the next couple days. I don't want to stress them out too much today because commuting was enough for them. We have this one right here. They were very quiet the entire car ride home, which was nice, but to be expected. Okay, so this one is the skittish one. I remember this one. He's so scared. Oh my god. It's okay, I promise. All right, guys. Here he is right here. They are huge, like heavy, chunky. Big boys. Oh my god, your nails. Okay, it looks like he broke a nail from the wire flooring. They are so long. Holy crap, guys. Not sure if you can see this. Look at those nails. Wow, that is so bad. Yep, they have a mild case of bumblefoot. As to be expected, they have some little sores and cuts and stuff. Oh, goodness. I'm not shocked, but I'm also very saddened to see that. Okay, let's put him in the cage, and then we'll get the other boy. Just gonna check out everything. Guys, now he's never had anything like this. No toys, no hay, no fleece. He's experiencing this all for the first time as if he was a baby. So this is really interesting to look at because all the pigs that I've rescued were in, you know, not great situations, but they definitely had a general idea of like this kind of stuff. But this boy is from like another earth, so he's just experiencing this all for the first time, which is really cool to see. And then Ezra's already interested in the new boy. Oh my goodness. Hi, baby. He's very scared. Okay, I imagine he's gonna stay in there for a little bit. So let's get the other boy who's right here, and then I'll show you guys both of them in the cage because I'm not sure if he knows that his friend is actually here with us. So, oh, he's coming out. Hi! Oh my god, he's so pretty. Now we got the other one. I think this one is the one who's a little bit more friendly. He's actually a long hair. Not like totally long hair, but he does have bits and pieces of long hair. Oh my goodness, he's so scared. And they smell really bad. It smells like urine, that's what they smell like. So, ugh. Hi bud. Oh my goodness. So he has very bad nails as well. His feet, a little bit better than the other boys. That's a good sign, I guess. So we're only dealing with one with really bad feet, but I definitely will end up treating them both. All right, so let's put him inside of the cage. All the pigs are going crazy because they know that there's new boys in here. Squeaking already. So this is obviously common when it comes to being in a new territory because they do have to establish their dominance all over again. So if there is a little bit of like rumble strutting and a little bit of dominance behavior, that's totally normal. Oh my god, their colors complement each other so nicely. I'm not sure if they're friends, if they're brothers, I don't know what the case is, but they're gorgeous. Are you guys happy, boys? It's so crazy that they're experiencing the fleece for the first time. And they've never had any of this. Like, this is all just so new to them. Oh, he's already playing with the toy. Good boy. Do you like that? He's already chewing on it. That makes me so happy, guys. Oh my god. And I made sure to give them the 2 hidey houses just in case they want to, you know, sleep in separate houses. And then also the little tunnel right there. I wanted to provide them with as much chewing things as possible when it came to all the toys and stuff, because I'm not sure of their teeth condition. So I'm definitely going to take a look at them probably by tomorrow. I knew they would love that toy. Is that good? That's actually my pig's favorite toy, the Oxbow Timbels. So good. Hi, my boy. It's now a few hours later. It's 7:30. I actually just woke up from a nap. I was so tired after driving for so long that it was definitely needed and something I had to do, but I feel a lot better now. I'm still a little groggy, but I just wanted to come in here, check on the piggies, see how they're doing. They are actually doing very nicely. As you guys can see, they are just hanging in the same hidey house. One of them just ran in because they're very scared still, but as you guys can see, they're doing normal poops around the cage, which is really, really good. They still have yet to make a huge dent in the hay and munch down on a good amount of that, but I think in due time they definitely will. We got this one over here who's like very scared. He's just like frozen in his tracks. So I have some romaine lettuce, cucumber, a very small bit of kale, and some green pepper for them, which I just want to give them and just see if they take to it. Again, guys, they've never had veggies, so I'm not sure if they're really going to take to these right away. Can't imagine a pig wouldn't, but there are cases where it does happen when they haven't gotten veggies for a super long time. Can't believe they're actually here. Like, this is like crazy. Like, going from that situation with that cage now to here, I'm in disbelief right now, but let's give them their veggies. This is making me so happy right now. They're eating their veggies. Guys, this is literally the first time they've ever munched down on fresh veggies. This probably tastes so delicious to them. He's probably in heaven right now. Having not had vitamin C for so long, I was worried that they would have scurvy, which is a really bad case of lack of vitamin C. And you can really notice if they do have it if they're kind of slouching around when they walk. He's like doing little taste tests just to see what it is. I'm really glad he's eating the bell pepper just because that's the most packed with vitamin C. So I do think that as soon as that's in his system and runs through his body, it's gonna really perk him up. And he'll realize that this is the kind of stuff that he needs to feel better. So going forward, when it comes veggie time every day at 5:30, I'm sure I'll see these two boys weeking at the cage. They haven't gone for the kale yet. They're just eating the romaine lettuce right now. So I'm curious to know if they'll go after that. So I think right now I'm going to actually cut their nails because they are really bad. So I think that's gonna help them feel better right off the bat. So good, buddy. It is the next morning. The piggies are doing really, really well. They are settling in very nicely. I figured that it would be a really great learning opportunity for all of us to just kind of get some insight as to what kind of care these piggies were really in. The owners gave me all of their supplies in this ottoman storage case right here. I haven't looked at everything, just the food that they were on. We have the infamous awful cage behind us, which I'm going to be doing a thorough review of, and gonna have to bite my tongue a little bit before I freak out just looking at it. I can't believe they were even in this. Let's go ahead and break down everything that they've given me. So everything is right in here. I think the first thing that we're gonna start off with is the food that they were on. This is called the Extreme Gourmet Guinea Pig Food. I have absolutely no idea where they purchased this from. It says rich in fruits and veggies that guinea pigs love to eat, plus beneficial bacteria to support healthy digestion. So these are the claims that they are making when it comes to guinea pig food, which is obviously not true, given the one, look at the food, also two, reading the ingredients yesterday. It is filled with so many artificial colors and preservatives and chemicals. It's like human candy, to be honest, and it actually does smell like candy. I actually ended up smelling this and kind of reviewing it on my Instagram live yesterday with you guys, and oh my god, right off the bat, I just got a waft of the smell. It smells so freaking bad. The fact that I can even say this, guys, it smells like rotten candy is not good whatsoever. A guinea pig's food should not smell like candy. I don't know why it does. Here is their food right here. As you guys can see, it has like bananas, whatever this is, and then the worst of it all, these little like purple bits of like, I don't even know what this is, guys, and then these little, what looks like it has to be peas or something. The worst possible food you could ever give to a guinea pig. If you ever see this in a store, please do not purchase this. Now that that's out of the way, my hands smell disgusting. Let's get into some of the things that may be a little bit more promising and that I could actually use. So these are, I've seen these a bunch of times on Petco and stuff. These are just hay racks that actually clip onto like the sides of the cage and they can actually just eat from it. This was their feeder for their pellets. So the owners would actually just stuff this, the inside of pellets right here, and then we'd have this whole thing filled up. And again, the owner was under the impression that all of this would contain everything that it needed, fruits, veggies, and Timothy hay. It smells really bad too. My whole entire car stinks because of just the conditions that they were in. The cage smells like pee. I need to give it a good wash before I even donate it. Now this is what I will use. I like glass. I like how it's very sturdy. This is by the brand KT. This is actually super cute. I actually do like this. It has a bunch of guinea pigs on the side and then also some carrot or footprints. So I definitely will keep this. This is really, really nice. Glad to know that there is one good thing in this kind of care package. Then we have their water bottle, which looks very nasty and gross. I'm not a huge fan of these ones. I am very picky when it comes to water bottles because I do like the clear ones because I can see the water levels a lot easier, and just aesthetic reason, I just like the look of glass ones a lot better. I think they look a lot more luxurious. And then we have, oh, this is the clip to the water bottle, smaller drinking water bottle, hamburger chew toy with a bunch of hair on it, which looks like they were loving this up because it's well chewed. Not a huge fan of loofah. I don't know if this is safe. I don't like really giving my pigs any kind of food color dyed items because these can be very bad for them. So not gonna keep this. I do actually want to keep this though because I always need these to hang things. So I might just take this off and keep this, but this is going to go in the trash. We've got some treats here. Oh, these are the yogurt treats. They have been giving them yogurt treats. Oh my god, it smells so bad. Everything smells rotten, guys. Everything smells really soiled and bad. This smells so extremely pungent of like fruits and really bad yogurt. Guinea pigs should not be having yogurt drops. They cannot be digested into their system, so please never give them these. Another item going into the trash. I might keep this little jar right here, but that is absolutely it. And then the last thing, which is actually probably the best thing in this little care package along with this, is a little bit of doggy pee pads. I actually use these in the litter boxes, so I definitely will get a good use out of these. I will just add them to my pile. Out of all those items, this was the only two good things that I will be using. And now we gotta get to, oh, I can probably review the Carefresh, but it's gonna be very quick. This is just their Carefresh bedding, very simple. This is actually a very good bedding. When it comes to getting bedding from a previous owner, or if someone else gives it to you and it's opened, I do recommend putting it into your fridge freezer because that will actually kill off any mites or any little bugs that are inside of this if it does have them. I guess we have three good things that is good in this care package. So now we are going to move on to the infamous cage part. This right behind me is the cage that they have been living in for the last 2 years. I did not realize how poorly designed it is and how just awful the space is for them to be living in this until it's actually all assembled. I had it tucked away in my car on its side and I really could not get an understanding of the scale of it. And seeing it now all set up, I added all the levels and things to how they actually had it set up on their own. Can't believe they were actually in something like this. This is so bad. I did my research and come to find out this is actually by the brand Smile Mart. It's called the Smile Mart 37-inch rolling ferret cage. So this is made for ferrets. The fact that there's wire flooring throughout this entire thing is just so bad. So bad. Any types of small animals should not be housed in a cage that is entirely wire flooring. It's not good for their feet. It doesn't matter what kind of species it is. They should not be living on this. Getting into the cage, we have our lovely large access door right here, where you can interact and love your pets very easily. I'm saying this in a very sarcastic manner if no one's picked it up by now. Here is our top level. This is where the pigs were basically getting their food. So they had to go up all of these levels, 3 levels to be exact, to get to their reward and their necessities to live. I cannot believe they lived in this. I am in shock right now. This is just so bad. This is really bad. I just want to remind you guys that there was not a single place within this cage where they had solid flooring. The only possible place where there could have been solid flooring was in this tray right here. This is where they would put the Carefresh bedding, and every single time they would pee and poop, it would go down all of these levels and into the bedding and get soaked up there, and they would just pull this out, clean it, and then replace it with new bedding. So there wasn't a single spot within this cage where they could even for an ounce get a surface of just solid flooring. And I'm really noticing in the cage as well that all in the corners, like here and there, there's a bunch of pee marks. So I'm really thinking that it kind of scooched their booty up onto the bottom and just tried for an ounce just to get on the lip here for a solid surface. This cage, I want to say, measures about 1.5 feet by 2 feet. So this is all the floor space they were working with. And then we have the ladder, which goes up to the first level, which is about 7 inches long. We have another ladder, which has another level, which is another 7 inches long, and then again another level with a 7-inch platform. This is all the space they were working with. They had nowhere to run around. They only had this space as their more sufficient space. This even is just not even sufficient. This is torture. This is neglect. This is not appropriate for them to be on. You see them in there? That's how they should be, not in here. When I was picking them up, the owner was under the impression that they were going to go back into this, not knowing my experience and knowledge with guinea pigs, and I was just laughing in my head, just just thinking how she thought they were going to go back into this cage. I cannot believe these guys just lived in this for the last 2 years. I can just imagine how awful they felt, how they couldn't just be happy and run around and do zoomies and popcorn. It is near impossible to do any of those things inside of a space like this. At first, I did think the cage was a bird cage given the shape of it because it is kind of more rounded, and I do know that's very popular amongst bird cages. But after doing more research, I did find out this is a cage for a ferret and also for chinchillas. There may be improvements you could make, like putting the laminate flooring on here and making everything solid, and it may be good for a temporary setup, but just looking at this, I can just see how sad of an animal can be just living in this situation. I did call my local SPCA, which is actually a state over from me, but it's still not far, and they did say that they do accept donations, so I told them that I would be happy to give this to them, just in case they were to get ferrets or any other small animals. This is the cage. This is the awful living situation that they've been in for the last 2 years. This is the place where your animal is going to live for basically the rest of its life, and when you're sticking them in something like this, they're not going to be happy, they're not going to thrive, they're going to be so closed off from you and not form a bond with you. There's just no possible way your pig is going to love you in this situation at all. So the boys have been doing really well. I actually ended up spot cleaning their cage this morning. They did a very good amount of poops and actually making a mess out of the hay, but I'm really happy they're just being pigs and being their messy selves. This is exactly how they should be. This is how they should be, guys. Do you see how cozy he is? Just knowing that they were in that really bad living situation and here with me now just makes me love them even more because I'm able to really make them feel very comfortable and living a really happy life from here on out. Even though I will only be having them for 2 to 3 weeks before they go off to their permanent owner, I did actually name them, so we're going to be doing a little name reveal right now. I love naming pigs after I see their personality and when I get them, just because when I see them in person and see how they act and just really get a sense of their energy, it may sound a little bit weird when it comes to pets, but I truly do find it a lot easier to pick their name. So I'm going to pop up some photos so you guys can see who is who just because they're hiding in their houses. But here is Mr. Leon. I've always loved to name my animals after favorite artists, favorite people I look up to, anyone, and one of my favorite artists is named Leon Bridges, so I just thought it was super fitting and I really love his music and I just think the name suits him really well because he looks like a Leon. And then over here we have Mr. Styles, or Styles. I am a huge fan of Harry Styles. He has just been one of my inspirations for a long time, especially when it comes to his fashion and how he kind of explores the androgynous side of fashion. He does have long hair like Harry Styles and also just the coloring reminds you of him. I do have a vet appointment scheduled on Monday at 3 p.m. So what's the day actually? Thursday. So in 4 days we have their vet appointment. I actually noticed that Leon's bumblefoot is actually improving very quickly. I think in the amount of 24 hours after getting them off that wire flooring, his feet really did clear up. When I first got him and checked him out, they were super red and inflamed and he definitely had a lot more crusties, but since being on the fleece and being here overnight, his feet has looked so much better. So I'm really hopeful that he's going to be making a full recovery. So after their vet appointment, I will be sure to update you guys over on my Instagram and also making another video. Again, I'm only having them for about 2 to 3 weeks just till I nurse them back to health and then can give them off to the new owner. We are going to be doing an entire makeover for Leon and Styles today. I decided that I wanted to give them a bath even though that the owner said that she gave them already one because I'm not really sure of what shampoo she used and I really just want to use this one because it's an antifungal and I just don't want to run the risk of them spreading something to my pigs, and also I don't want them to have anything when they go off to their new owner. So we're going to be shampooing them in this shampoo right here. I can never pronounce it. I think I want to say myconazole, I believe, but this is a very popular shampoo. I actually used it in my makeover for JoJo, so you guys can go watch that if you want to. But we're going to lather them up in this, let them sit with this on them for a couple minutes, and then that will kill any fungal. I'm also going to be giving them ivermectin for lice, mites, and internal parasites. So this is going to help kill any kinds of bugs or parasites that are inside of them, just to be sure. Coconut oil for their bottoms of their feet, and also their grease gland because their feet are a little bit dry. Extra vitamin C, this is the liquid kind. This is the one that Saskia actually always gives to her pigs. Really great. A lot of my own pigs don't like this. They hate the taste of it when I feed it with their syringe, but we're just gonna give them some of this and see if they take to it. And then I've also got my nail clippers right here. So I actually didn't get, that close to the quick last time I was cutting their nails, just because, again, I didn't want to stress them out, and also Leon was giving me a very hard time when it came to his back nails, so I'm gonna give that another go and see if I can get them a little bit closer to the quick. quick. And then I've got my Q-tips right here as well. This is just gonna be for boar cleaning and also their ears. So all around, guys, we're just going to be doing a full entire makeover. I'm doing it in my kitchen sink like I did for JoJo's. I've got my towels right here, plenty of them. So I figured it would be a little bit easier to bathe the boys at the same time. I've actually never done kind of like a buddy bath before with 2 pigs, so this is going to be my first. I just figured it would be a lot easier so I can get them both done at the same time. So I'm just going to line the bottom of my sink with a towel, like always. This helps not only for traction, for them to not like slip around and go crazy in the sink, but also it helps the water to kind of not go down as fast, and that way they can kind of sit in it and soak their feet, which is going to really help out with living on wire flooring for the last 2 years. All right, guys, so we got our boys right here. So we're just going to put them right into the sink with each other, and then we'll get started on the bath. It's really important that you make sure you have the right temperature of water set up before you go ahead and bathe them, just so that it's not too cold or too warm. So I'm just going to slowly start figuring out my temperature for them. And you always want to make it like in between kind of like room temp to warm. This is about right. It's a little warm. It's very comfortable warm though, and it's also room temp, so it's not too cold. So let's just go ahead and start rinsing them off. They're so scared. I know. Okay, bud. Alright guys, so the piggies are as dry as I could get them. As you can see right over there, they are huddled in the corner under some blankets. I'm just going to now treat them for the ivermectin. This is a completely safe medication to give to guinea pigs as long as you're feeding the right amount. And what the amount is for a guinea pig is about a pea-size amount and no bigger than that. Oh! That was obviously too big, so I'm gonna put the rest in there. We're just going to get a little bit on my finger. Just like so, just a little bit. There we go. And then we will get Leon and just put this in his mouth as well. And we'll just eat that up. And it has an apple flavor to it, so it's not the worst in the world, but it's definitely not the best. With all of that being done, I just want to check their ears just to see if they need any little bit of cleaning. So probably haven't had their ears cleaned in like 2 years. So I'm just going to see if there's anything in there. And yes, there was. Ooh, very gross. Not pretty, isn't it? But you're gonna be all pretty after this, I promise, buddy. You just darted out of there. I know you haven't gotten this kind of care before, but going forward you will, I promise. And it's good for your health, bud. Just gonna check his little pee-pee and sack. Now it's Mr. Styles' turn. Next, we're gonna just check his ears just to make sure they're all good. Oh wow. Very gross. Mr. Styles, you're gonna feel so much better after this. I will say, for how I believe non-socialized they were because of that cage. They are very well behaved, and like doing something like this, even my pigs just don't like, and they'll really try and run away. But like, surprisingly, they're not doing it as much as I expected, which is kind of cool. Let's check his sack. So because Leon has a case of mild bumblefoot, I'm just gonna put a little bit of coconut oil on them just to give them some moisture because they are pretty scabby. Boys are done with their baths. As you can tell, they look fluffier, they look shinier, they look overall just a lot healthier. But I am really happy that these boys got a proper bath. Not knowing what they were shampooed with the previous owner before I got them made me feel a little on edge, so it's just nice to know that they're going to be clear of any fungal infections. So these boys are almost in tip-top shape until after our vet visit on Monday. Alrighty everyone, this unfortunately is the end of this week's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this entire process of adopting these two boys. I have honestly never done something like this in my whole entire life, and I never imagined myself to do something like this when it comes to rescuing animals, just doing everything that this basically vlog has encaptured. But I can confidently say that this has been one of the most humbling and rewarding experiences that I've probably ever had in my entire life. Bringing these boys, Leon and Styles, sorry about my phone, oh my god. Bringing Leon and Styles into my home and getting them out of that really bad situation has really just shown me what it means to be a really great, amazing piggy owner and to give an animal life, basically, because they probably were on the verge of non-life very soon, to allow them to be happy piggies and to enjoy the short time that they are here. It makes me feel really, really happy that I was able to do this for them. Honestly, this has kind of inspired something and lit a little bit of a flame in me that I can do this going forward when it comes to similar situations and getting pigs and saving them from Craigslist and stuff like that. And I also really want to thank you guys for all the donations that you guys have provided me with in making all of this happen. A major part of those donations are going to be applied to their vet visit on Monday. I will obviously be filming that entire process for you guys. I'm really sad, honestly, that I have to say that I'm only going to be having these boys for the next 2 to 3 weeks because I am not keeping them. And it is a little sad not to have these boys with me for, you know, the rest of their lives, but they are going to be going to an amazing owner. I am so happy she reached out to me, and they are going to be in just as good of hands as if they were going to be with me. So that makes me feel a little bit better just letting them go to someone else. Make sure to go follow me on my Instagram. I am constantly updating on there, and if you guys want to kind of get more content on Leon and Styles and also my other pigs, go ahead and follow me. Subscribe to my channel as well for more piggy content like this. Also in the process of creating my Patreon, so I'm doing that as well. And on top of that, I have some more collections coming out very soon on my Etsy shop, so make sure you stay tuned for that and follow my Instagram as well so you know when launches are happening. That is it for me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, not only for me but also for Leon and Styles. I am sure they would appreciate it. I hope your piggies are happy and healthy along with yourself, and I will see you guys next week. Bye guys.